Jeff Duncan, Luke Johnson, day 8, practice 7 of New Orleans Saints training camp, and it's a windy weather today out of the practice, but it wasn't bad.
No, it's actually kind of nice.
As Louisiana weather goes, wasn't bad out here today. The Saints went back outside yesterday. They were indoors, back outside. A lot of situational work today. Red zone, goal line, offense and defense went against each other. What stood out to you?
You know, honestly, I think the competitiveness ratchets up a notch when the other team's back is against the goal line. I kind of like seeing a little bit of that today. We saw Josh Huff score a touchdown and spike a ball and go up and start celebrating in Demario Davis's face, and Davis threw a water bottle back at him. Yeah, I like seeing that sort of stuff. I like seeing when the competition just fires up and you start seeing guys kind of separate themselves a little bit. I also thought that the new addition, Brandon Tate, looked really fluid, catching punts. I think that could be an area where if he's going to make the team, it's going to be as a return man and maybe help the Saints out in that regard. Yeah,
and I felt like after seeing the defense dominate for a few days in team drills, today was a day for the offense. Yeah. The offense scored, I think, 3 or 4 times in the red zone, touchdowns, as you mentioned. And I got to admit it, I've got a man crush on Taysom Hill, the backup quarterback. They ran a little read option with Taysom Hill, took advantage of his running skills, and that was very effective. And I think it was also effective for the defense to go against the read option because they're going to see a lot of that in the NFL this season.
Yeah. And let's just clarify something. You don't have a little man crush on Taysom Hill.
That's true. I admit, admittedly so. One other thing, though, as we get off the Taysom train, the Saints did have a cool truck out here today. Yeah. It was a very unique thing. It's I think Sean Payton said it was a Boudreaux's cool truck, but it was a chamber basically along the side of the field that was down to around 20 degrees inside. Just another way for the Saints players to escape the heat and humidity out here in this Louisiana weather.
Yeah, it looks like a big shipping container that they wheeled in on a 18-wheeler and dropped off at the back end of the Saints practice field. And we'd see guys kind of cycle in and out of there, and they'd send a whole position group in there. I mean, it wasn't that hot today. It wasn't that bad, but if you're going to be practicing out here for 3 hours and running around in this heat, it's really nice to be able to duck in and cool down for a second. And I think that's a little bit more efficient than the cooling tent they had been using, which could only get down in the 60s, and it gives guys a chance to get in and really do a quick cool off. I liked it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for them to offer that up to the media. Sean Payton said that basically it's what an Atlantic salmon temperature would be like up in the Great Northwest or something. But look, that's it for today's wrap up. We enjoy all the coverage here at NOLA.com and the Times-Picayune. Luke Johnson, Jeff Duncan, thanks for joining us.